What news? Have you learned anything?
A lot.
Sorsley is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden indefinitely. A thorough review of the testimony shall show us the truth.
Benedict is right. Let us review what we know to be true.
Lord Serenoa, what does the evidence at hand suggest? Let us begin with Sorsley himself. What is his crime?
He sold illicit salt. He bribed nobles right under our noses in Glenbrook.
He bribed nobles right under our noses in Glenbrook.
How could I have been so blind to his dealings in the upper echelons of my own kingdom?
Though we know this to be true, I doubt we'll build a worthy case now that Esfrost rules the Crown City.
If we cannot secure the help of the remaining saints, we've no choice but to present our case directly to the Hierophant. Doing so will require incontrovertible proof of Sorsley's improprieties.
Incontrovertible proof that we lack. He kept a secret ledger. There were irregular salt shipments. I mean, yes, both. But how do you keep track of irregular salt shipments? I don't have a way to prove that. He kept a secret ledger is physical proof.
Clarice said Sorsley kept a secret ledger.
Of course. Sales had to be carefully managed so as not to arouse suspicion.
Making detailed records a necessity. I've no doubt this ledger exists. Now then, let us focus on where we might find the evidence we need.
The Hierophant's palace, the vanished cargo ship, Sorsley's encampment.
By which you mean Sorsley's encampment.
Precisely. Not the one at the Citadel of the Sands, so far from the source. Right here, in the capital.
I know its location.
Might the bribe Sorsley plied Glenbrook's nobles with be connected to his illicit dealings?
We know the ledger tracking the tainted salt exists.
End's encampment is our primary target, then. But it's too dangerous to get near, let alone inside.
Despite our best efforts, I'm afraid we haven't evidence enough to confront him over his crimes.
And Sorsley will find us out soon enough, if he hasn't already.
Time is of the essence, then. What is our next move?
Though we lack proof, we'd best raise the issue with Kamsel once more.
Save your game, save the game.
Serenoa and his retinue know House End is involved in the illicit salt trade, yet fail to secure any solid evidence to back up their claims. Their position growing tenuous, House Wolffort makes a reckless bid to persuade Kamsel, Minister of Domestic Affairs, to levy charges.
Chapter 10, Part 2, Ask Me Not.
Minister Kamsel will join our cause, won't he?
Oh, he won't.
It's hard to be sure, but we must press our case and have faith. That is all that is in our power to do.
You! Are you House End's dogs?
A messenger, my lord, from the palace. I seek Lord Serenoa Wolffort.
You have found him.
Lord Wolffort, you have been accused of coercing Minister Sorsley End unto unlawful acts.
Oh, boy.
Presence is required at the palace so the Holy One may question you.
House End is the guilty party, not Serenoa.
If you've testimony to give, you are welcome to stand witness at the trial.
My lord, this may be a good opportunity to bring our case directly to the Hierophant and the other powerful entities of Hyzant. I expect the Saintly Seven are not of one mind on this matter. If you can persuade some of the ministers to side with us, Sorcelet will have nowhere to run.
Perhaps. Or you could end up the one with his head on the chopping block, Serenoa.
Even so, we cannot make an enemy of Hyzant, else we truly will be alone. I must stand trial, plead my case to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, and hope that they believe me.
The Holy One summons the Saintly Seven to the palace. Kamzel and Exham consider their next move.
You've been summoned to the palace, Minister Kamzel. The Holy One is to hear the accusations against Minister End and question House Wolfort.
Very well. So, Sorcelet has made the first move. Serenoa must not have been able to secure evidence against him after all. But order cannot truly be restored simply by sentencing House Wolfort. I must make of this opportunity what I can.
So there is to be a trial. I see.
The Holy One requires the presence of the Saintly Seven immediately.
And here I thought you nearly had him, Wolfort. Did I overestimate you? No matter. There is more than one way to trap a greedy boar. Now then, who will be best put to the task?
A trial is held at the Hierophant's palace, but will Sorcelet be charged for his misdeeds? I don't know. I hope so. We're gonna try. Ugh.
The inquiry of House Wolfort, stood accused by Minister Sorcelet End, will hereby commence. We of the Saintly Seven will preside over this trial. Serenoa Wolfort, you stand before the Holy One. Do you swear by the goddess to speak the truth?
I swear.
Answer the Saintly Seven's questions and prove Sorcelet's guilt.
Minister Exham Marshal, you may begin the proceedings.
We know Minister Sorcelet quite well, having worked with him for these long years. But we know comparatively little of you, Lord Serenoa. Therefore, we must first determine whether you are worthy of our trust. Surely you have not forgotten his position among the Saintly Seven of the Holy State of Hyzant?
Where did I miss that? Of course I haven't.
I would never forget, but...
Then why do you lay these accusations at Sorcelet's feet? As one of the Saintly Seven, he speaks with the voice of the goddess herself. Your actions undermine the goddess's ordained order. I have nothing further to ask.
Next, Minister Kamsel Farrant will make his inquiries.
You must understand the difficult position you have put us in, sauntering into our home to denounce one of our own. We are a welcoming people, and so must be wary of those who seek to take advantage of our open hearts. If a stranger came to you with unfounded accusations against one of your people, I doubt you would take him at his word. Have you any proof of the foul deeds you claim have taken place in our land?
I have a witness to the salt transport. There have been shipments of unlawful salt. I haven't any. Who's a witness? I don't have anybody. Everybody died. Like, if I have one, I don't have one on hand. If I say there have been shipments, then that would be shown by the ledger, so we gotta try and lead it towards that.
I've heard of a cargo vessel disappearing from the port in the middle of the night. It's possible it was carrying unlawful salt.
You present as your evidence another rumor, and one from an anonymous source at that.
Okay, that was
Is it customary where you are from to condemn a man based on gossip alone? I think not. I have nothing more to ask.
Minister Tenebrous, if you would.
It isn't strange that lay people would fail to grasp the goddess's infinite wisdom. We seven, however, do understand her will. For most, our teachings are the only way they know how to live according to her plan. It is moot to judge Sorsley, one of the seven, based on evidence brought against him by a layperson, no matter what that evidence may be. Unless you have testimony from one who understands the goddess's will, there is simply nothing we can do.
I've witnessed to Sorsley's bribery. As it, Claris isn't a part of this, as far as I know. So Lila's a person.
Sorsley met in secret with powerful Glenbrook officials and bribed them. Minister Lila's secretary can attest to this.
Oh? A secretary to one of the saintly seven, you say?
My secretary's word is as good as my own. None is more devoted to the goddess than he. If any can grasp her will, he can.
I see. Well, I cannot argue against that. I've no further questions.
Minister Lila Viscraft, ask your questions.
It is plain to me that Sorsley has indeed engaged in misconduct, namely bribery. Yet while I do not doubt he bribed an official of Glenbrook, what the bribe was for remains unclear. Perhaps you can shine some light on the matter, Lord Serenoa?
Sorsley wanted to ensure the official silence over inferior quality salt. Sorsley wanted to ensure the official silence over the transport of unlawful salt. Sorsley wanted to ensure the official silence over the cargo vessel that disappeared in the middle of the night. Oh, the first witness was the guy at the gate. Poop. Not the, well, yeah, the guy at the gate to the source. Dang it.
I believe he wished to ensure that word of the unlawful salt's destination would not travel.
Meaning that a powerful official in the kingdom of Glenbrook was also complicit in this illicit trade.
Patriot.
It would be possible to sell unlawful salt through all of Norzelia if one could ship it through Glenbrook. A secret worth its weight in gold indeed. I have no more questions.
I, Idor Delmira, will ask one
I want
final
to go
round
back.
of questions.
I forgot that he was a witness. I want to go back. We continue.
I cannot deny, Lord Serenoa, that Sorsley can be foolish. But he is also dedicated to the goddess, and he has worked much good as one of the seven. Though he is not faultless by any means, I believe the goddess yet favors him. If we are to pass judgment on such a man, we must prove his guilt to the goddess herself. So let me ask you this, Serenoa Wolford. Where exactly are we to find such evidence against Sorsley End?
In the palace, in his encampment, in his secret ledger, wherever it is. I mean, yes, but when I... it exists. Where? Somewhere. Like, that's not... If we know it's in his encampment, then it should be saying it, but... secret ledger, I guess.
He kept details of his crimes in a secret ledger. It must be somewhere in Hyzant.
A secret ledger? Even supposing that is true, we cannot search our entire country for it. Unless the goddess has seen his crimes for herself, we cannot judge him guilty. My questions are done. Now we will confer with one another. The Holy One will pass judgment after hearing our opinions.
I messed up. I got 2 right out of the 5.
Serenoa Wolford, the Holy One has passed judgment.
You hecked up.
House Wolford was found to have spoken untrue. You brought baseless accusations against the most exalted Sorsley End of the Saintly Seven and sullied his good name. Such blasphemous actions cannot go unpunished.
Wait, we meant no insult against the goddess.
Luckily for you, her mercy extends even to heretics. You have one chance to atone. Face Sorsley's forces in battle and emerge the victor.
What?
Let whomsoever earns the goddess's divine grace be cleansed of all sin.
Fight to the death, fight to the death. Alright, Sorsley. Let's come to this because I hecked it up. Recommended 16. The Hierophant orders Serenoa to face Sorsley in combat. I'm just gonna go make a secondary save. Go put it number 2. Here we go. Healers gotta go immediately.
It will be as the Hierophant has decreed. House End and House Wolford will battle until the other falls. May the Goddess of Salt bestow her eternal mercy upon the victor.
Am I hearing this right? So guilty criminals get to walk free if they win?
We've no choice but to do as they say. It is what the goddess teaches.
And likely the outcome agreed upon by those who view Sorsley as a threat.
Whatever the case may be, we must fight, and we must win.
They are united in their desire to destroy me. And it is your fault
You will pay for this, Wolfort.
You've brought this upon yourself, Sorsley. A decisive duel.
You seek my demise, do you? I, whose oversight of the source brought prosperity to this land?
Do not twist the truth to obfuscate your crimes.
It seems you've forgotten the goddess's will. Allow me to remind you.
Be on your guard, my lord. Desperate opponents are deadly, for they fight with reckless abandon.
Come then. Let us settle this in honest combat.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
I swear on House End of the Saintly Seven, I will win. I must win. Sleep.
No, no, no.
Enjoy your freedom while it lasts. The moment I win, you will be cast into the source and left there to rot.
The Roselle have suffered too long under your cruelty. Mark me, Sorsley End. You will pay for what you have done.
Within reach.
Ah!
Victory is within reach.
They're closing in. It will take more than this farce of a trial to destroy me. You will pay. You will all pay.
Cornered beasts are wont to lash out with surprising strength. Do not let your guard down just because you think Sorsley is beaten.
He said, standing on
You
the
may have
spikes.
nothing left to lose, but neither do we. We will not relent until this is over. Victory must be ours.
Not another step. This battle is won.
Got him.
This is not the end of me. I refuse to allow it.
This is the end. Victory is within
Allow
reach.
me.
Here we go.
Victory goes to House Wolfort. Give thanks to the goddess for bestowing upon you her grace. This concludes your trial. Well fought, all of you.
To think the truth had to be proved through a test of strength.
It was the Hierophant's decree. None in Hyzant raise objections.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of, my lord. After all, losing the battle would have meant losing our heads.
I suppose you are right.
Ask me not. Completed. Gonna have to, like, check the other save file. See if I could have done the trial better. And not had to have a fight. Just out of curiosity.
That same day, word spread throughout Hyzant of Sorsley End's demise, and that of House End along with him.
Chapter 10, Part 3, The Reward for Betrayal. Lila reacts to the news of Sorsley's passing.
I understand Sorsley End is with the goddess now. What a pity.
He has been counted among the dead from the accident.
Keep spinning those lies, and soon they shall be tied around your neck. Though in truth, I'm surprised they've not done so already.
Are you not pleased, milady? Shall I inform Minister Edor?
Be my guest. Without me, all research grinds to a halt. My mind is without equal.
But of course, Minister. I was only teasing. Would it kill you to smile for once?
Be more aware of the words from your mouth. Remember, you are not but Edor's pawn.
Forgive me. Where are my manners? Now pray, return to your precious research. See that you complete it, for you know who.
Voldemort's in here?
I know full well who it serves. We're all pawns in the end.
Oh, character stories. Huet and Eridor embark on a hunt, and the former reflects on how she came into her position at the prince's side.
A whole day of hunting, and this is all I have to show for it. Wanted to give Lord Serenoa something meaty for once.
A deer is no easy prey. You are a skilled hunter.
1 deer to your 3 boar? It's plain who the better of us is. I don't reckon you let a single one escape. Could be hunting is your true calling.
Perhaps. Before I was knighted, I was keeper of the Hawk's Roost. And besides, I come from a long line of hunters.
I played a lot of Oregon Trail.
That's so. And what drove you to fight men for a living?
Lenbrook put out a call for Hawk Riders, that they might challenge S. Frost's aerial superiority. I answered that call. My training was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But I won a position in the Kingsguard, where I petitioned to serve Prince Roland personally.
Seeing you in action, I'm sure you could have made a fine commander. Yet you stuck by the prince's side.
Yes, I did.
Three years ago.
Flugy has yet to return. I hope he isn't in danger.
What's this then? A traveler out here all alone, huh? And in sore need of protection by my reckoning. Hand over your coin purse and maybe we can reach an arrangement.
Bandits? Here? How could I be so careless?
I'd advise against running. Ain't nowhere for you to go.
Enough! Ugh. Are you hurt?
I'm fine, thanks to you. Had you not showed up when you did, I could have ended up dead. You have my gratitude.
Is that your hawk? It guided me here. I was in the middle of a hunt, but your bird cried out as if calling to me. Thank heavens I did not loose that arrow. I've never known hawks could be so wise.
His name is Flugy, and he's more than my hawk. He's my closest companion.
The bandits are growing more bold by the day. 'Tis best you returned home.
Wait! I have scarce little to give in the way of coin, but still, there must be something I can do to repay you.
Think nothing of it. It is the royal family's duty to protect our subjects.
The royal... Good heavens! You're Prince Roland! Forgive me, Your Highness.
There's no need for all that stuffy formality. May we meet again soon.
Yes, Your Highness. That was my first meeting with the prince. He saved my life, and for that, I shall be forever in his debt. I could settle for no less than the Kingsguard.
You have saved our lives. We are eternally grateful. Serenoa's party barely has a moment to collect their breaths before a new challenge is laid before them.
So, Lord Serenoa, what shall you do now?
I'll take you all down. I mean, sorry. Little power hungry here. I'm better now.
I shall speak plainly. The Holy One wishes to aid House Wolford.
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Your house is known throughout all Norzelia, and rightly so, given the vital land you control.
It would be quite the blow if Esfrost's aggressions spelled the end of your domain.
The Hierophant tells me a seat amongst the Saintly Seven shall be yours, should you desire it.
And I would not hesitate to accept it if it meant securing peace for my people.
Then perhaps we can find common ground. The Hierophant, however, has a concern.
I would hear it.
The Roselle living in your domain.
Yeah, she's staying.
They are descendants of the sinners who dwell at the source. That is their proper place. There they offer themselves to the goddess in the hopes they may one day atone for their sins. The Hierophant longs to see them return to their rightful home.
You would have me surrender them to you?
It is not my place to make demands. I am merely to deliver unto you the word of the Hierophant. And so I have done.
Yeah, no, we're not taking the chair. We're not going.
Serenoa, will you surrender the Roselle to Hyzant?
No.
I don't know.
No!
As you are doubtless aware, Lady Frederica, the vow of Lord Simon himself binds us to protect them.
Yeah.
Alas, our house is not what it once was.
Is that a reason to cast aside its honor? My father, as well, likely had a hand in orchestrating their protection.
I'm like, what do you mean, I don't know? Serenoa.
My friends, I apologize that we once again meet under dire circumstances. You face a difficult choice, one I do not envy. Have you decided?
Yes.
Not yet. We will, you can be sure.
Yes, we have. We've
got us by
decided.
the small ones, and they know it. They made this request full aware of our history.
Lest you misunderstand, allow me to illuminate your position. You are not the noble hawks you think yourselves to be. You are vultures, feeding off the scraps of Sorceley's corpse.
You've got some nerve.
I speak from experience when I say that the title of Saint is not to be worn lightly. Are you prepared?
Prepared? For what?
Doubtless you are aching to break free of your fetters, to take wing and soar. To do that, blood must be spilled. The blood of enemy, friend, and self alike. Your freedom lies at the end of a trail of dead. If you are not prepared to make that journey, to endure that sacrifice, then cast aside your pretensions and grovel.
Grovel or bleed? Poor options, both.
Please.